Thanks for joining us today on Long Live Africa. My name is Gloria Ezeoke-Ebenebe, and I am very glad to be here again this week. Thanks for keeping a date with me. Today we have a prominent Nigerian, a prominent African Nigerian businessman, a politician, a father, a grandfather, a husband, and a wonderful man for that matter. I will let you know who our special guest today is after this time break. Please stay tuned.
Africa, the world's second largest and second most populous continent, home to a variety of ethnic and racial groups. A land filled with beautiful people, intellectuals, talented men and women. Africa, the cradle of civilization, a land of great opportunities, a land flowing with milk and honey. Long live Africa.
Long live Africa. I am Gloria Ezeoke-Ebenebe, and I invite you to join me on this station on the program Long Live Africa. Welcome back. This is Long Live Africa, brought to you by GTV Network International. And on Long Live Africa, we bring you prominent people who have worked tremendously to uplift the image of African countries. And today I have, like I did say earlier, a prominent Nigerian politician, a businessman, a father, a grandfather, a husband, and he's someone that whenever he's around, everyone is happy around him. I am talking about Dr. Alhaji Bamanga Tukur. Sir, you're welcome to Long Live Africa.
Thank you very much.
It's nice to have you. You look young and nice, and I am so delighted to have you here on the program.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm sure his name is a household name when you talk about Nigerian politics. He is the national chairman of the People's Democratic Party, the ruling party in Nigeria, and he's also the president, the executive president of African Business Roundtable. So you're welcome one more time.
Thank you.
Okay, we have quite a lot of interesting questions for you, which I'm sure that Nigerians in diaspora are very, very eager to know. And I'm so glad that they're going to hear it straight from the horse's mouth today. So let's start with a seemingly tensed political situation in Nigeria. What is the reason for the crisis in the ruling party PDP? How did it start? What really caused it? What is the cause of the crisis?
Well, I always could say the pain of growth. When you're growing, there are growing pains. Is the biggest party in Nigeria. It's the only party that filled elected posts all over the country. Naturally, with a country like that, with the kind of size, you're bound to have some kind of what I call growing pains, where people sometimes can decide also something else should happen. I think that was the reason. Change is difficult to achieve. There's no change without pains. We want to reconcile our party. We want to reform it. We want to rebuild it. So these are issues that normally cannot go unchallenged, simply because they need to understand there can never be nothing static. Change is only the permanent thing in the world. you're either going up or going down. And this change. So when we came with a program of reconciliation, we call it a triple R. Reconciliation without confrontation. Reformation of the attitude without revenge. Rebuilding our party based on equity and justice. Now, these elements are about to bring the change. Because if you reconcile, you're bound to get peace. When you get peace, you're bound to get security. When you get security, you are out for development. These are the issues the party put forward and approved by the executive leadership of the party.
Okay. Let me ask you, so how is the party faring in the face of this crisis? How is it with PDP right now?
PDP right now is going to struggle. Of course, the people are leaving. We've got defection. That defection, we believe, are defection without issues. Defection only at the leadership of the defectors, not at the bottom line. And PDP is a party that is inclusive, is a grassroots party. And therefore, if, for example, a governor decides to leave, that don't necessarily mean that the followers are also leaving, and they are the electors. So one cannot say we are going, the PDP is going down in strength. The PDP is going up in strength in the sense that the electors who believe that there should change, because what the party is preaching, they are saying, we want election. If the leadership at the top of the defectors say they want selection, if the party said we want consensus, if the leadership at the top of the defectors said no, we want imposition, if the party said okay, we want to deepen democracy, and if the leadership at the top of the defectors say we want dictatorship, these are conflicts. And of course, since it's a grassroots party, you find that only those who are living for narrow selfish interests can now get out, because those who believe that they have everything to gain by being part and parcel of the party they own remain behind. And these are the ones we're trying to continue telling, stay, it is the way for the future. We need to deepen democracy. We need to remove imposition. We need to give you back the party you really developed yourself.
Okay. Well, sir, I have read through some journals, some newspapers, and I saw where it looks like some members are accusing you of being high-handed and autocratic. Is this true?
They can say, well, I'm autocratic. And what I'm saying, let us be disciplined.
That's right.
To the extent that I've been accused as a virus in PDP. I said, yes, I'm a virus for discipline. I'm a virus for making sure that the PDP give back its own people, their own party. So I hope that everybody will catch that virus, and therefore all of us will be disciplined, will be democratic, and will be building consensus in whatever we do so that we can move the party forward.
Okay, because discipline helps to build good governance.
Yes, certainly, because we want to build a strong party, because we believe a strong party brings a strong government. A strong government brings a strong economy. A strong economy brings development. So these are very basic, and they have to be internalized in order to give to the electorate what we promise them. Because our promise is that let us now have a party that is inclusive, let us have a party that is democratic, let us have a party that is disciplined.
Okay. Well, I want to take you back to the strategies. I know you did mention some strategies like reconciliation, reformation, and rebuilding the party. And I guess that's some of your strategies. Can you be more detailed with this? Or do you have any other strategies that you have for the reconciliation of all the aggrieved members that have moved to other parties and those who are still threatening to decamp to other parties?
Yeah, but by reaching out, we tell them this umbrella is big enough, wide enough for everybody. We are able to come. If you are aggrieved, please come and reconcile. Tell us what are the issues so that they can be addressed. If you are aggrieved, please come back and see that we now sort of understand our differences so that we can now bring a solution to these differences. This is what I'm saying, because we believe unless we have a disciplined party, we will not be able to move it forward and deliver our promises to the electorate.
Okay. Well, the APC claims to be the majority in the House of Representatives. Is this true? And then what is the implication of this claim to the PDP?
Well, this is media. Of course, you can claim anything. The fact that is it the truth? It's easy to claim. As many they believe are leaving the PDP, much more are coming back in the PDP because they are the people who have been felt marginalized, felt cheated, and therefore now they find that we brought a level playing field. They would like to come back to their party. So these are in the majority, and therefore the question of elective posts, people believe that there are few and they left. This is not the kind of majority we are talking about. Even in the parliament, even if we count today, many people also in other parties say, okay, we're also coming back down because we left PDP because PDP was not being fair to us. We believe that it was not democratic enough for us to remain. So this is a question which left to be seen.
Okay. What do you think that the Nigerian Constitution allows for cross-carpeting from one party to another while occupying an elective or legislative position?
It doesn't.
Elected office.
It doesn't. Our constitution is very clear. If there's no faction in the party and you decide to jump out from one party to the other, your position is vacant.
Okay.
That is now being contested in the court of law who are going to interpret the constitution. But the constitution written, we know is very clear.
Yes, that takes me to the next question, sir. You did threaten to sue the legislators that decamped from PDP to APC. Do you think you stand a chance of winning the case if this comes up in the court? Do you think you're going to win?
The constitution is clear, what the constitution says. Unless you change our constitution, you must interpret it the way it is written. So it's obvious that the INEC told them there's no faction with the PDP. There's only one PDP. The court, they went, tell them there's no new PDP. There's only one PDP. So far, though, they contested they all told them that the PDP is the PDP. There's only one PDP in Nigeria.
Okay. Oh, that's interesting. Well, there's been so much political tension. There's been so much tension in the political scene in Nigeria. And one is kind of wondering if come 2015 elections, we'll be able to overcome this political quagmire.
Well, whenever there's election coming, everywhere in the world you find this kind of tension because people like to find their position now. Naturally, they try to see how they can get the advantage of the change that are likely to come. And that change, of course, brings tension. I believe we can scale it like we have done, we scale all the challenges so far I've seen. I believe that 2015, yes, was the issue because many are having their own issues in 2015. The aggrieved governors who left, when we asked them what are the issues, there are two main issues they brought forward why they want to leave. First of all, they don't want President Jonathan to contest 2015. I mean, that is really not something that can be accepted by him or by all those who believe Jonathan should contest. It was his right, and therefore nothing in the Constitution that stop him from contesting. The second issue, they said, well, if he's to contest, I, as the chairman, may be supporting him unfairly, and therefore must leave. Well, you cannot leave. The chairman cannot leave unless it's by election. The chairman came by election. The chairman should go by election. If the Congress or the came in and said, okay, we elected you and you have to leave, then you have to leave. Because these are not issues one can contest. An elected person can only go out by election. But the president who has the right must to exercise his right if he wants to do that. So if this is the case, it means that there's no area of now agreement. So they decided to leave.
Okay, but let's look at Nigeria's political dispensation since 1999. Now, do you think that Nigeria has made any progress so far? Talking about being a democratic country, has there been really any serious progress?
Of course. Well, this is a part of the progress. When we said, please do election, you said no, you want selection. If we say, please, democratic, and we want democracy, people, you say no, you want a dictatorship. You want to sit down and write names and present them as if they have been elected. We say no, this is not the way to do it. People, if you want to do that, then you must bring consensus. If everybody said there is no election, we agree an individual and go, fine. But otherwise, they must go through the process of election. Even where consensus was established fully, you must subject it to election. So Nigeria is moving forward very strongly towards democratic dispensation.
Well, many people have criticized the government of President Goodluck Jonathan, while some have also given them a thumbs up for doing a very good job. But I'm asking at this point, if the government of President Goodluck Jonathan has done so well, why is it that their achievement has not been celebrated, made known widely for everyone to see?
Well, opposition is to oppose. It's only when you go. Concretely today, you go to Nigeria, they used to have queues about oil, about even petrol is no longer there. They are talking about energy. It's improved so much. They talk about infrastructure. If you go and see the roads, airports being, sort of reformed, railway, which was not working for a long time. Now you can travel from Port Harcourt to Kano without any problem. You can now go even up to Jos. You can go to Kaduna. Absolutely. So all these are things before electric, but now they are now seen properly. Anybody who travels from our airports, either Lagos into Lagos or Abuja into Abuja, can tell you what they've seen the difference. If you want to travel highways between Lagos and, for example, Ibadan or any other part of the Nigeria today, you see the tremendous improvement. So these are the things: infrastructure, education, health, economy. These are the indices that you can judge whether there was progress or not. So it's for all to see. But of course, the job of opposition is to oppose. So they are doing their job of opposing, that's all.
Oh, well, let me ask you, let me start talking about opposition though. Um, with all the problems within the party and the problems that the PDP is also facing from other parties that have formed alliance, do you think that the PDP stands the chance of maintaining leadership as the ruling party in Nigeria?
Since the sojourn of the democratic system 1999 to date, PDP was constant, like a northern star. All these opposition parties, they kept on changing their names, APC, CPC, DPC, but there are no issues. You must bring to people to tell them what are you going to do differently from the present political party. None of it. We look at issues. People are not longer stupid or daft or uninformed. Nigeria has been educated now much more than before. You can find now young children tweeting, texting. You find them, having Facebook and so on. So they understand what is happening. It's not like before when you can just draw a wall out of the eye or along the eyes. They know now. It's not true. If you tell them something, they will ask you, how? Is it there? Is it really real? You are here in diaspora. Find out. People who are looking in because they're out. They will tell you how much when they go to Nigeria and come back to their places of abode, how different it is from what they know when this party came into the ruling.
Well, very interesting. You have been in politics for quite a long time now, and I would ask you what you think about the new crop of politicians, the young ones who just stepped into politics. What do you think about them, and do you think there are any areas that they need to learn from icons like you in politics?
First is discipline. They must be disciplined, they must be loyal to their party and really patriotic to their country. It is not self, it is a community affair. If they learn that, they will come to see that they are winning. They will come to see all the good things they like to copy from developed countries come in naturally, because it's a matter of exploiting what you have. You are God given. God has given Africa or Nigeria everything God has given to America: land, water, and people. So what to call environment. In that environment, Nigeria can do everything. First of all, the environment is people. Educate them. If you educate those people, they will do everything you want. They will be able to sort of give you the solution to the problem of energy, because they will tell them, even if you are cutting wood to light fire, if you cut it, plant another one. If it's question of water, you can put it together and have hydro, electricity. If you want to go down and mine coal or oil, because you're educated, you will be able to solve energy problem. Now, when you understand through education, this will come with also peace, because once you do that, you'll be able to create balance, give them what they really need, that is the infrastructure they are now crying for. They now understand that if they do that, they will have peace. And if they have peace, they have security. And if they have security, they will have development. These are issues the young man should learn. It is not easy, but these things have to be done. Education is the key, discipline is another, and then unity and security of purpose.
Okay. How prepared is PDP come 2015 election? How prepared is PDP?
Yes, we are prepared in the sense that it is our party. What we do now is to reform it, as I told you, rebuild it based on this equity and justice, create balance, create equity, create security, create development. So with that, this is what we promise, and the people could see that from what we have done so far, building on it. We have no difficulty of telling Nigerians, look at your railways. Are they better now than they were before? Look at your infrastructure. Look at how many universities now you have. How many craft schools. How many people are now coming into the employment cycle. That is the one we can show them. They can see. So if you want that to continue, then you will continue electing the PDP.
Well, thank you, sir. Well, let's shift a little bit away from politics and to business. And I know you are the executive president of African Business Roundtable. You're also involved in NEPAD,
Yes.
and many other business groups. So I ask you, what exactly is African Business Roundtable? What is it all about? What is the group all about? What do you hope to achieve?
Integration through trade. Because we have already started having clusters, ECOWAS, SADC, Maghreb, all these are clusters, and have African Union already as an entity with all the countries belonging to that African Union. So what is next is to now get these clusters to really, conform to. Nobody wants anybody's territory for the time being. Nobody. All what we want is to really integrate Africa, but through trade. We should now open up infrastructure that facilitate movement of goods and services throughout the region, throughout the clusters that form the region towards the African Union properly.
Well, specifically, what have you achieved so far?
What we have achieved, you can see now their partnership. You can see a businessman going to Ghana and establish a business. We have seen investor, for example, Dangote going to Tanzania and invest billions into cement, etc. These are the issues. Africa Business Roundtable has been really promoting and is now catching up. With that, the NEPAD business group is conforming to what the G8, that is the richer nation, want to see done. Meaning, in fact, they can facilitate investment through helping the inflow of direct foreign investment into various countries. Let's say if Nigeria want to connect its railway line with Benin, they are ready to invest in that to have integrated airports. They can do that. Hub, they can do that. Create an infrastructure like road from say Lagos, Dar es Salaam, cutting Africa into two, using Congo River with big this Congo River, turn it to hydro kind sort of system to generate electricity. These are the kind of things we are promoting. And of course it's big and therefore it's difficult, it takes time. But the baby will be growing, I can assure you.
Thank you very much. Well, very delighted that we have such a venture in Africa and in Nigeria. And how popular is African Business Roundtable? How can the average Nigerian, the average African man get to know what it's all about and how to tap into it?
African Business Roundtable was created by African Development Bank to create a window for financial investment, financial possibility to private sector. That's what they have done. It takes time for people, but it's catching up. Many are now these ventures. If you notice that the privatization is going on, unbundle the railways, unbundle the telecommunication. Today in Nigeria, look at what MTN have done. They handed from how many over 40 million sets today you can find in Nigeria. It's all promoted by the idea of African Business Roundtable.
Yes, Roundtable. That's okay. So let's move away from business and politics and talk about leisure, something very relaxing, sir. I'm sure you're in the United States. You're well relaxed, looking very young and very strong and happy. But let me ask you, amidst all these very busy schedule of yours, today you're in this country, tomorrow you're in another country, you're PDP chairman, you're in business, and all that, sir. How do you find time to relax? What is the secret of this young looks that I'm seeing?
Being encouraged, because when you see what we are winning, you feel happy and you continue pursuing your successes. Now, when I see what Africa or Nigeria was, say, 10 years ago, and what is it today, in terms of what we are encouraging in education, in development, in reach out. So I feel happy. So I think that what kept me going, because if you are winning, there's one streak you always find in yourself. Why can't I have more? So you are making a profit. So I think that was the reason why I felt, well, it's difficult, but I never feel like stopping.
And how do you relax?
I relax. I relax because when I see friends, we sit down and talk about the future of Africa, and that makes me feel happy. I see young people who have got the idea I'm trying to promote. They are catching much more than even I expect. I feel so happy. I have a granddaughter. I saw her playing with her own hand. So I asked her what I do. She said to me that she is on a Facebook with friends. I said, where? She said to me that in Canada. And I said, how? She said, yes, the Facebook. And 9-year-old can, on our own, find a friend in Canada and start talking to them. That is something. I find that they Twitter, they text, and I'm laughing with her. I said to her, well, you know, this is, I am, your grandfather is analog, and you are now digital. So how do you, what do you
Analog and digital.
Yes, I'm analog, and she's digital.
That's
I say, well, how do you do it? I said, well, you don't have money to buy this expensive equipment. He said, well, you know, you yourself don't know how to use it. So you better allow me to. You buy it and I use it. So I laugh. That's something interesting to me because it means they understood that they have to link up. So that brought me to the question of global village becoming a reality. So I asked my people, if global village will become a global village, where is your own side of it? You have to have got in the village square your own part. So let us move quickly and find our own place in that village square. So then when it become a village, we've got a village square because every village has got a village square.
That's right.
So let's find ourselves in the global village.
Okay, wow, this is really very interesting. Well, our viewers, I'm sure you may not be aware that Dr. Bamanga Tukur has this lively thing about him, and he can actually chat you up and you laugh until you stop laughing. Well, sir, let's take a look at some of your family members. You've been in politics for quite some time. I believe you me, I know I was a little kid when I started hearing of Alhaji Bamanga Tukur, and I'm very delighted to sit here with him today, interviewing him. And I know that many other people have actually followed your trail from when you began. You went into politics from when you were one-time Minister for Industries, and then you were one-time governor of a state in Nigeria. And is it Adamawa State? Gongola State. That's correct.
Adamawa and Taraba.
Okay. So, and you've really come a long way. Do you have any of your children who are following your footsteps in politics?
Well, one who showed a tendency is Awal, my first son, because he had an elective post. I became the member of the House of Representatives in our own parliament, and was chairman of aviation committee. So he's on the inclination of going for politics. Some don't. They believe that it's not the way they want to do. They like to go for business. So maybe I've been too long in that and become affected by it. I don't know, but I don't influence my children as to what they would like to do. What I tell them always, you look what is happening. Decide yourself what you want to do. If you need advice, ask and decide what to do, because the ultimate decision rests with you. Do what you think you would like to do. But all what you must understand is a world of sharing. You must share your whatever you want to do. World is never meant for a single individual. It's always meant for a community, for a group, for a partnership.
Well, growing up, sir, what was it like for you growing up?
Well, my father really was a very kind person. I think one thing he really made us understand, and he was he was a teacher, he was an administrator, so a ruler of his own area. So through that, we learned a lot. And I think mentoring is very important that really helped to solidify my growth, see what's happening, observing what's happening, and try to do what I can. You know yesterday so that you can be a better tomorrow.
Wonderful. So in a brief word, sir, who would you say Dr. Alhaji Bamanga Tukur is?
An African, a Pan-Africanist, who like to believe that his race, we are black, and therefore we have to do our own contribution. We have Caucasian who are white, Mongolians who are yellow, Asian who are brown, and African who are black. The God is so kind and gave us Africa. So me, I would like to hold what I've been given. I tell people, if you own what you have, you're also more likely to really look after it well and be responsible for it.
Wonderful. In other words, we should be proud of what we have. If you're black, black is beautiful.
Yes.
If you are brown, brown is beautiful. There is no barrier in color. Well, I have been talking with the chairman of the ruling party in Nigeria, the People's Democratic Party, PDP, and the executive president of African Business Roundtable. His name is Dr. Alhaji Bamanga Tukur. It's been a great pleasure talking to you, sir. Before we leave, what final word do you have for Nigerians in Houston? He's actually in Houston. He's visiting in Houston, and we're glad to have you here. What message do you have for Africans and Nigerians in diaspora as regards politics and business?
Keep peace, keep unity, keep love. It will be great.
Thank you so much. I have been talking with the great man, the great political icon, great businessman, a politician, and I've really had a wonderful time discussing with him. He's so lively, and I almost didn't want to start this interview, but I thank you so much, sir, for coming on Long Live Africa. Thank you. We really appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Before we leave this set, sir, we have a tradition on this program. Is Long Live Africa. This is where we celebrate Africans, and this is where we celebrate Africa. And we believe that Africa will live forever. And that's why it is Long Live Africa. And so we hail Africa, and we look into the camera and say, Long live Africa. You stretch out your hand and say, Long live Africa. One more time. Long live Africa.
Integration now, integration forever.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. All right, I've been talking with Alhaji Bamanga Tukur, Chairman of the People's Democratic Party, the national chairman of the People's Democratic Party, and the president of African Business Roundtable. I've had a great time discussing with him on several issues bordering around politics, business, and how he enjoys his leisure time. And I thank you so much for watching. I will bring you another great African, another interesting personality, same time next week on the program Long Live Africa. Stay blessed and have a wonderful time. Thank you. My name is Gloria Ezeoke-Ebenebe. I'll see you next time.
Aurenki What is your